On the Kupiansk front, Russian assault troops persist in their attempts to cross the Oskil River, even though most end up underwater. The invaders' artillery tries to paralyze movement across bridges. Yurii Fedorenko, commander of the 429th Separate Unmanned Systems Regiment Achilles, Euromaidan Press media outlet says, in September, the Russian Ministry of Defense publicly confirmed its plans to expand military operations deeper into Kharkiv Oblast, following any potential capture of Kupiansk. It also claimed the seizure will also support Russian efforts to advance toward Sloviansk and Kramatorsk and seize Ukraine's fortress belt in Donetsk Oblast. In this area, the Russians have explicit orders to kill men and use children, the elderly, and women as human shields. The presence of civilian populations in the Kupiansk city itself makes the execution of combat tasks by the Ukrainian Defense Forces extremely difficult. According to Fedorenko, the situation on the left bank of Kupiansk remains difficult. Russian attacks bridges across the river using drones and artillery, Army Inform reports. But they do this only occasionally. Why? Because we managed to quickly detect where their artillery is and hit it effectively, said the Achilles regiment commander. Ukrainian drones and counter-battery units are effectively hunting down Russian guns, preventing them from holding steady firing positions. Another challenge is the attempts of Russian saboteurs to infiltrate the northern outskirts of the city. After Ukrainian forces destroyed the gas pipeline used by Russian troops to sneak under Kupiansk, the enemy changed tactics. They've chosen areas along the Oskil River that are the most overgrown, swampy terrain and places where vegetation comes closest to the water, Fedorenko notes. But for now, Kiev troops are effectively destroying Russian forces in transit. Out of 10 infantry soldiers, 7 are eliminated on the left bank or while crossing the Oskil, he explains. Back in September, Ukraine's defense forces flooded a gas pipeline under the Oskil River, which Russian troops had been using to penetrate the Kupiansk area. After the enemy's movements were detected, Ukrainian forces delivered a precise strike on the pipeline. Earlier, the monitoring project Deep State reported that Russian troops had used gas pipelines to infiltrate Ukrainian lines 3 times, near Avdiivka, Sudza, and now Kupiansk. Ukrainian units have not only blocked this route, but continue to destroy Russian attempts to fortify positions on the left bank of the Oskil. The main Russian tactic is infiltration, initially often sneaking through gas pipelines to appear behind Ukrainian lines and take key bridges under control. But this advantage is gone, as Ukrainian forces have flooded the pipelines, bombed their entrances, sealing them with barbed wire and explosives.
Celia Monreal worries every day about the cartilage loss in her husband's knees. Not just because it's hard for her to see him in pain, but also because she knows that soon, their healthcare costs could skyrocket. According to Associated Press, Monreal, 47, and her 57-year-old husband rely on the Affordable Care Act marketplace for their health coverage. If Congress doesn't extend certain ACA tax credits set to expire at the end of the year, their fully subsidized plan will increase in cost, putting it out of reach. Without insurance, they won't be able to afford his expected knee replacement surgeries, much less the treatment they need for other ongoing issues, like her chronic high blood pressure and his high cholesterol. It worries me sometimes, because if you're not healthy, then you're not here for your kids, Monreal said. It's a difficult decision, because, okay, do I spend $500 on a doctor's visit, or do I buy groceries? Those are the types of choices facing the millions of Americans whose state or federal marketplace health insurance plans will be up for renewal in November. The enhanced premium tax credits that have made coverage more affordable for low and middle income enrollees for the last 4 years will expire this year if Congress does not extend them. On average, that will more than double what subsidized enrollees currently pay for premiums next year, according to an analysis by the healthcare research nonprofit KFF. The tax credits are at the heart of the federal government shutdown that has entered a third week with no end in sight. Democrats have demanded that the subsidies be extended as part of any funding deal they sign, while Republicans say they will only negotiate on the issue once the government is funded. With Congress deadlocked and the open enrollment period for ACA plans approaching on November 1st in most states, Americans like Montreal are left to navigate the unknown. No extension will mean higher premiums for millions.
Not this one last year. My name is Celia Monreal, and we have invader through the Affordable Care Act. This is my husband's bill from the clinic. With invader will no longer be accepted. Blood pressure medication, yes. And I've had chronic hypertension. I mean, if it goes down to not being on the Affordable Care Act, we will just have to completely cut the insurance, not even have insurance, you know, just go with the flow, you know. ¿Cómo es eso para ti?
¿Ah?
En tus piernas. Yes. My husband has, how do you call that? I guess degenerative cartilage from his both his knees. You know, because you don't know what's gonna happen, and you don't want to risk your life, but you also don't want to. I'm dying, okay? My blood pressure is over. I see my husband in pain every day. And I know he needs to see the doctor. He needs his surgery, and we can't afford it. I mean, even if we sold everything we have, we could not afford a surgery. It's a round shape. See the round? Okay. If I can pull it out.
What medicine is that for?
This is for my blood pressure. You see this? You are stuck between, okay, do I pay my electricity bill, or do I go and see the doctor? Or do I buy groceries, or do I go see and get this test done, you know?
I knew cuts were going to happen in different areas with the government. I knew, but I didn't know they were going to take our health care. I mean, this is big, and it's going to hurt so many people, so many. So I think Penny reached out. I got some correspondence from them, an email, a letter, probably yes too, saying there's going to be changes coming. Keep your eyes open, because then what will happen is after December, when it gets cut, my January premium will just skyrocket. They said there will probably be a 15% increase on plans across the board, plus lose subsidy. So my plan without the subsidy right now is almost $600 a month. So if I imagine that with a 15% increase on top, I don't know how anyone in my income bracket can afford to absorb $600 plus a month for healthcare, and a healthcare plan with high deductibles and high copays. It's not even a great plan. You know, it's just so we have medical.